Okay, so this is a comparison of the three leathers. This is the Bluebird, this is the Red Velvet, and this is my cave art. I pulled all the books out so you could see it. Not quite a fair comparison because this has got the extra layers and these are just the modified pockets, but I will show you the difference. Number one, you can see the thickness difference. The cave art is probably roughly twice as thick as the Bluebird. The Red Velvet is a little thicker yet, and then the cave art is extremely thick. So when you fold the leather, you can see that it's, I wouldn't say it's, I mean it's floppier, I guess. It's got some give, but as soon as you add the structure of the pockets, it becomes very solid. You can see how thick it is with the layers on the sides, so you can see how easily this folds. Okay, this is the Red Velvet, and it is not as floppy. You can see that it's stiffer. It has a little bit more structure to it. It's got some great stiffness. And then of course the cave art is the thickest of the leathers. I have carried it with me everywhere, so it has softened up some, but it does not bend and is not pliable anywhere near like the other two. So if I was to measure this, I don't have a ruler handy. Do I have a hander? I do have a ruler handy. If I was to measure this with a ruler, you can see that the cave art is a good 4 millimeters thick. The Red Velvet is 3 millimeters thick, and the Bluebird is 2.5 millimeters thick, but it is noticeably less stiff than the Red Velvet. I wouldn't call it floppy though. I mean, I guess maybe some people would, but it's still, as soon as you add those pockets on the side, it's just not. So you can see that this is not floppy at all. I don't know, I think this will mold really nicely to some books. Currently I have Hobonichis and a Vex in it. So when these go in, you can see how nicely they fit. There is some overhang. I actually am putting a couple other books in here that are the same thickness. So let me grab 2 of those. These are used. But you can see that it'll fit 2 full-size 8 1/4 by 6 inch A5s in there nicely with very little overhang, which is what I love. If I put my Hobonichi in there with it, and of course I'm just using my old books as a note because they're handy, it fits in there as well. I would obviously run them through the strings, but you get the idea that they fit perfectly. So one book with 3 or 4 inserts. Just, I love them. And I think this molds nicely. I will compare with this. Yeah, it's a little stiffer. Definitely feels more firm. same type of thing. And of course, the super pockets with my cave art, which you can already see has some pretty solid structure to it because I have been carrying it for a year now, and I adore it. I carry it with me everywhere, so I have to do some cleaning on it soon too. But yes, they smell similarly. These two smell a little bit sweeter. I think it's because of the color and the dye. This smells like heaven, like high-end leather. Just another comparison, I do have bought on the BST the old style bluebird. This one happens to be smooth, but you can see a difference in the color. This is definitely more of a blue color, and this has more of a green to it. It is a thicker leather, but it has been used so much in this small size that it has softened up a lot. Definitely has structure, not what I would call floppy. And it is, where to put the ruler? It is 3.5 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters. I teach science, so I'm used to seeing millimeters and then hearing people talk about inches all the time. I also come from Canada, so we use metric up there as well. So that's it.